Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, Fania, Jeremy, Derek, Kenzo, Raymond, Johnson. Johnson sitting down. Okay. Hello, everyone. Wait. Good morning.
Is this live, Mister, on YouTube?
Pardon? Jeremy, Derek, Kenzo, Raymond. Wait. Johnson. Johnson sitting down. Okay. Hello. Wait. Good morning.
Is this live, Mister, on YouTube?
Yes, I'm trying to do live streaming. So you wait, yeah. If I you can check out my YouTube channel. It's the Roberto Santana Mole YouTube channel. So I'm trying to I'm now trying this feature of Zoom, which is live stream to social media. So if you don't mind, would you please just check out the when I am really live streaming there? Oh yeah, I guess I am. Yeah, I can see this that. This feature of Zoom, which is live stream to social media. Nice. So, okay, okay. I am live. So this will, uh, I think, become a solution if the Zoom network is not really good. So you can just follow me using YouTube. But I think at first you have to be here in Zoom meeting so that I can check your attendance first. Okay. So after that, I'm going to let you follow me. Follow this session. Joining this session using YouTube. That will be okay. So, guys, for newcomers, gracias. So for newcomers, am I still, Jeremy? Are you checking my YouTube?
Yes, already.
So is it still there? I mean, am I still there?
Yes.
I am living. Okay, guys. First, before what enabled you to notice that I am live, Jeremy?
There is a sign that says live on YouTube.
Oh yeah, live on YouTube. Yes. So guys, I really need to make sure that all of you are here in the Zoom meeting because I need to check your attendance first. But as we move on in this session, I'm going to allow you to participate in YouTube in case the Zoom network is not really good. I'm going to allow you to do that. So there are 27 of us here. Let me see. 27. This is 7C, right? Okay. There's supposed to be 27 of you plus 2 of us. Actually, not 2 because there, as you can see, there are 2 me's. Okay. This is one me. There. This is me, the WK8. This is me. Okay. And this is another me. So there are 2 me's here. So there's supposed to be, including Miss Leonita, there will be 30 of us. There should be 30 of us, but I noticed that there are only 29. Let me check first. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、11、12、13、14、15、16、17、18、19、20、21、22、23、24，还不才24 Stephanie. Oh, okay, I remember. 25、26、27、20. Oh yeah, 27. Okay, let's start again. Mr. Jeremy has been really observant, and I bet most of you, many of you, also observed, noticed that I am now trying another feature of Zoom, which is to stream the meeting on YouTube. You can see the sign here on my screen. It's on the top left corner. Okay, live on YouTube. Um, yeah, this is interesting. I think maybe, I mean, this can, like I said, become a solution for those who got problem with Zoom connection. I don't know, but again, since I already know that you are here, except for Stephanie, she hasn't come yet. Yes, hi Melai. Then after the talking about our project, you can uh, like stay on YouTube, for example. Yeah, I mean, it will be your choice later. But first, now I want to talk first about the project of yours. Okay, and yes, it turns out that there are problems popping up recently prior to the deadline, okay, which then informed me that many of students did not really understand what's going on, what to do, and that's so sad, guys. That's so sad to me. I mean, I told you this before, but I tried to explain. I also gave you opportunity. I mean, I asked you first, do you understand? And nobody said no. And then I gave you chances to opportunities to ask questions. Not many, so few students ask questions, which told me the situation told me that you understand, you understood at the time, but it turns out that you did not. Many of you did not. So I really have to understand that, but it's kind of uh yeah, it made me sad. Okay, I mean, yeah, okay, now since we are in the learning process, then I really hope that you can uh, we can overcome this together. Okay, now the deadline would be today for you to submit the what the project report and the uh, pocket into which you can submit the project file already there on Google Classroom. Okay, so I'll be waiting for that. There were still there are still students who ask me questions about their work, but some haven't been worked on yet by me. But try to finish it. Uh, yeah, by the deadline. If then, so I'll be waiting until the deadline today, which is today, and if then I find that your work is really awful, really not good, then I'm going to contact you via Google Classroom. Okay, Mr. Kenzo, go ahead. Via Google Classroom, so that you can retouch your work. Okay, but the bottom line is I am expecting your work in Google Classroom today by the deadline. Can you all understand that, guys? Hello, do you understand that? Would you please open
Yes,
up your
sir.
microphone and answer me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Nathaniel. The others, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Jeremy. The others, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the others, please. The others. Thank you, Annabelle. Others, Chelsea, Christian, Garrett, Raymond, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Raymond, you need to lower your camera a little bit more. Felica also, and especially Mr. Michael. Michael, your camera is, I mean, you are nowhere to be. You are not there. I cannot see Mr. Michael. Kenzo is going to the Hongnam. And okay. So Jacqueline also have to lower the camera. Okay. Now, Johnson also. I can only see your headphone. Yeah, okay. So that's the first thing I wanted to tell you, which is to submit your project today. Okay. Next, as you can see, let's see. I am now going to do an activity, and of course, you will do something to follow this up. Okay. So as you can see, there are two me's there. You see my hand in the camera, WK8E. Let's see if I can spotlight this. Okay, I'm spotlighting this. Okay, so guys, I have here several stuff. Okay, this is a food coloring. Okay, you need to. I want to remind all of you also that due to the unstable network, okay, I want you to inform me whenever yeah, something goes wrong. Okay, whenever like there is an interruption for everything. So Stephanie has just entered. Okay, she's so late. Okay, so guys, I got 4 items here. First, this one. Okay, you can see this, right? These are petri dishes. Okay, petri dish, and I got also food coloring. How do I show you? See, koepoe, kupu-kupu ya, food coloring. Ya, warnanya merah tua, dark red, and I got this spray bottle. So if I use my other me, I'm showing the spray bottle there. Okay, this is the whole view of the spray bottle, but if I bring it here, it cannot be shown the whole thing because it's too close. And I got a graph paper. What I'm going to talk about right now is the are two terms. Okay, the terms are diffusion and osmosis. Okay, diffusion and osmosis. Now, out of this activity, what I want from you, what I expect out of you is that actually it's already in the Google Classroom, another classwork, which is, guys, actually this is a curhat, yeah. I mean, the sad situation in which it turns out that many students did not really understand what to do in the project. Reminded me that you really are in need of having this ability to listen carefully. Okay, all the materials given by teachers, listen carefully and comprehend the materials, understand the materials. That's very important. Okay, so what I'm doing today is an attempt to achieve that. Okay, so as of this very second, you may choose whether you will be on YouTube or stay in Zoom meeting. Okay, it's okay, no problem at all. But the YouTube channel would be the not Biomolecule, but it is the Roberto Santana Mole. Okay, Roberto Santana Mole with double L. That channel, I tried to connect it with Biomolecule, but I couldn't because it said that the I don't know, something is not right with the setting or something like that, whatever. So it's the YouTube I am using for the this live streaming is Roberto Santana Mole. Okay, if you have spare time, would you please just subscribe my channel also? Okay, now what I am expecting out of you would be for you to create a writing. Okay, I want you to write something from today's activity. What are you going to write in your writing? Short writing. I wouldn't say call it an essay. No, but it's just a writing. It's in the Google Classroom. Okay, it's in the classwork already. What you need to write down there in your short writing comprises first the definition of diffusion, what diffusion is. Second, you can write this down or you can just check out the Google Classroom, okay? Second, what osmosis is. Okay, diffusion, osmosis. Those are the two things we are going to talk about today, diffusion and osmosis. So, in your writing, you will, let me show you then. Let me show you. I'm going to share screen and showing you Google Chrome of mine. You can see. Am I screen sharing?
Yes, you are, Mister.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Nathaniel. See, here it is. You've gotten later the explanation of what diffusion and osmosis are. Okay, so you will write down what they are, the definitions of each, and then examples of each. Example of diffusion, example of osmosis. And also you have to explain one of the procedures to observe and study diffusion process. This one will be shown by me. I'll do this. So all you need to do is just pay attention and then you write what you watch. You write what you observe. You write what you see, what I did. Okay? And to expand your learning, to dig deeper, then I want you also to find out a way of studying osmosis and write that in your writing. How to study osmosis. I mean, what kind of experiment you can do to study osmosis. Okay, can you understand this, everyone? I'm stopping the sharing. Okay, so I've returned to my spotlight here. Okay, so what I can tell you is that diffusion is the definition, okay? Definition. And I'm going to tell you my favorite definitions. Diffusion is movement of particles or substances down the concentration gradient. Maybe this definition is not really easily understandable, but in nature, there is a tendency of particles, substances to move from a place where their concentration, their amount is more to a place where there is less of them, the particles. It can be proven by, let's see, hopefully this example would be easy to understand. Let's talk about, let's imagine that we are sitting in a class, okay, sitting in a class like 6 times 6 meter square, for example. We are sitting there, all 29 of us are there. Okay, we are talking about this topic, but all of a sudden, one of you share this kind of blessing. This blessing is gaseous in the form of gas, and it got a certain odor. Okay, so I'm talking about, yes, I'm talking about fart. Fart. You know what fart is, right? So silently, there's one of us released fart. It was silent, maybe a little bit vibrating. I don't know. it's because it's secretly unleashed. Okay. And at that time, second zero, nobody will notice that. Nobody will notice that. Nobody will realize that there is one of these 29 people release this gas. But what will happen after several seconds after that, after the release? What will happen? Then some people would start to realize it by sniffing when they sniff the air, and then what's this? What's this? Something's wrong. Something unpleasant is present right now. So and then eventually all of us in the room will feel the blessing. So that's one example of diffusion. Okay. Now let me show you again. Not again. Let me show you what how am I going to prove diffusion. I'm using this graph paper. Okay, I'm using this graph paper. Why? Because as you can see, there are. I don't know whether you can see this or not, because I think the quality of the camera is not really good, or the focus is not really.
Mister, we can see it.
Oh, thank God
Yep.
for that. So you
can
see that
some
there
squares
are
here.
1 centimeter square boxes, okay, squares, and in there are 1 millimeter square smaller squares. Okay, so I use this graph paper because I want to measure something. Now I'm putting this Petri dish, okay, on the graph paper. I'm using this spray bottle to spray water. As you can see, water is sprayed into the Petri dish. Oh, don't leak, don't leak. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, so let's see. Oh, do not leak, do not leak. Okay, quickly. So let's see. There. Okay. So I got now the Petri dish filled up with water. Okay. Let's see if I draw a dot here, and I'll make it the center of the Petri dish like that. Okay. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to use this food color. Okay, food coloring. I'm going to drop one drop of this thing, food color, into the Petri dish. Hopefully I can accurately drop the food coloring, and hopefully it's only one drop. Oh, okay. Guys, as you can see, the food coloring has now been dropped there. And due to the height maybe of the bottle of the food coloring, it like already like spread out like that. Okay. But let's see. Mr. Christian, what do you think will happen, Mr. Christian?
I don't know.
Sorry, come again,
I
please.
don't know. I don't know.
Okay, let's just guess. Guess what will happen.
I don't know.
No. Oh, okay. Johnson, would you please guess what will happen?
Maybe it will spread slowly.
Yes, it will spread slowly. Okay, good, great. Fania, do you agree?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Then Annabelle, how long will the spreading happen? Do you think?
Like in my opinion, maybe a few minutes.
Okay. Let's just not go into the how what the number of the minutes, but what will like stop the movement? Do you think? Anybody want to try to answer this? Okay, so as you can see, guys, here, hopefully you can see my pen. This is where I drop the ink. Okay, and as you can see, the red color in this at this area is so dark, means the concentration, the amount of the ink is high over here, while around you see there are places, area in which the color is still transparent, colorless. Okay, means the concentration of this ink is so very low, even zero here. But as you can see here, around this dark red area, you can also see that the color is red, but not as dark as the one at the center. Means the concentration of ink here in lighter red area is lower compared to at the center. Can you follow my explanation, guys? And just like what Mr. Johnson said, slowly the red color is spreading out, filling up this Petri dish. Okay, filling up this Petri dish and become wider, larger by time. Okay, guys, what you see here is osmosis. Sorry, my mistake. Diffusion. Diffusion. Why is this a diffusion? Because now here in this case, the ink is diffusing out. It diffuses out. It spread out, spread out, spread out, spread out. And yes, Mr. Johnson, and I bet everyone's guess is right. It will continue to spread out. And when I asked Miss Kaylin until when, she said 3 minutes. But this process, diffusion process, will stop when the concentration of the ink is equal all over the Petri dish. That's actually the limit of the movement. When the concentration of the particles or the substances already equal. Here we can see that whenever there is concentration gradient, there will be movement. Whenever there is concentration of gradient, concentration gradient means difference of concentration, okay, guys? While concentration itself means the amount of something. Okay, wait. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the amount of something. That's the meaning of concentration. Yeah, in a certain volume or something like that. So concentration gradient means the difference of concentration. So whenever there is a concentration gradient, higher over here, lower over here, then there will be movement. So again, the particle, the substance, which is the ink, will continue to move to go toward the lower concentrated area. Okay? If you understand my explanation, please raise your hand. Using the feature, of course. Okay, thank you, Mr. Kenzo. Thank you, Mr. Nathaniel, Mr. Derek, Ms. Milea. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, I thank you very much for cooperating. Okay, because I'm not a mind reader. I don't know what's in your mind. So, guys, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sarah, Brian. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Jacqueline. Everybody, thank you very much. Now, that's actually about the diffusion. Okay, so I'm going to stop. I'm removing the spotlight because I want you to see a PowerPoint of mine. Okay, let's see if here. Okay, I am opening my PowerPoint file and playing, and I'm screen sharing. Here it is. Diffusion and osmosis. I hope. Wait, I have to optimize the sound sharing. Okay, let's go.
Molecules dissolved in a solution
Wait. Okay, volume is okay. Okay.
are in constant random motion due to their kinetic energy. One result of this motion is that dissolved molecules become evenly distributed throughout the solution. This tendency of molecules to spread out is an example of diffusion. But how do these molecules come to be evenly distributed? Let's start with a beaker of plain water. What will happen if we now add a lump of sugar to the water? A lump of sugar is composed of many individual sugar molecules, and even as a solid lump, the individual sugar molecules are in motion. When the lump is dropped into the water, it begins to dissolve. Individual sugar molecules move randomly and constantly from the area where they are common to the area where they are scarce. This type of motion, when molecules move from areas of their higher concentration to areas of their lower concentration, is called diffusion. Diffusion continues until all the sugar molecules become evenly dispersed throughout the beaker. The rate of diffusion is affected by temperature, size of molecules, and the steepness of the concentration gradient. Although not specifically shown in this animation, this is one of the processes whereby materials are exchanged between a cell and its environment.
Okay, that was a short video which explained to us about diffusion, guys. So again, diffusion is a net movement of molecules down the concentration gradient. I'm stop sharing now. Let's see what happened to the ink we got. Spotlight again. There. Yeah, it takes a while for it to become perfectly equally distributed. Yes, but it is on its way there. Okay, so this is diffusion. This is diffusion. But like I said, I am going to also explain about one more term, okay, which is osmosis. I'm going to play the next video for all of you. Share screen and PowerPoint file, and I'm going to the next slide. See, the difference between this one and the previous one is that in the beaker, the previous one got no partition at all, but here in this one there is a partition, okay, something that separates this area and this area, and you see the particles and molecules isolated, yeah, in two different separated areas. Okay, so let's play it.
Diffusion is the net movement of molecules down a concentration gradient. This process allows small molecules, such as oxygen and carbon, most polar molecules, such as sugars and proteins, cannot freely cross this lipid. Molecules are polar, they are small enough to pass through the membrane freely. This special case of diffusion that involves the movement of water molecules across a membrane is called osmosis. If a molecule, such as urea, is added to one side of a membrane, it will not be able to diffuse across the membrane because it is both large and polar. Because of its polar nature, it will interact with other polar molecules such as the water. This interaction reduces the number of free water molecules on the right-hand side. free water molecules on the right-hand side, there is now a net movement of water molecules down their concentration gradient to the side with the urea molecules. Because more water molecules are moving into this area than are leaving, the water level on the right side will rise. If the of two solutions are equal, and the solution with the lower concentration of solutes is hypotonic.
Okay, so I'm looking at my the screen of my phone, and make sure that it's live. So, can you now understand the difference between diffusion and osmosis? Maybe it's not really easy, okay, for now, but there is one. Oh, accidentally moved this. Sorry. So, it's my other me. Guys, there is one definition I like the most related to osmosis, and it is in bahasa Indonesia, okay? Kalau difusi adalah perpindahan partikel atau molekul dari tempat berkonsentrasi tinggi ke tempat berkonsentrasi rendah, ya. Tadi dari titik dropping tinta menuju ke tempat yang masih belum berwarna, ya, konsentrasi tinggi ke tempat berkonsentrasi rendah itu difusi. Maka osmosis definisinya adalah, tolong perhatikan, difusi air melalui membran semi-permeable. Okay, diffusion of water through semi-permeable membrane. Nah, di sini kita ketemu dengan beberapa terminologi yang baru. Permeable means able to be permeated, bisa dilewati, bisa dilalui. Semi-permeable means it can only be permeated, it can only be passed through by certain molecules or substances or particles, like on the screen, as you can see here. Can you see my cursor? Okay, I hope you can see my cursor. But you see that the sugar molecule there, the one which is green, are large. The sugar molecules are large, and the size of the molecules prevent them from moving from the right to the left. What blocked them? What prevent them, these huge molecules, to go to the left? It's the semi-permeable membrane. Membran semi-permeable. Membran atau selaput atau lapisan yang hanya bisa dilewati oleh partikel tertentu saja. Oke, partikel yang seperti apa yang bisa lewat? Yang kecil, yang enggak polar, kata video tadi ya, yang tidak polar. Kenapa kalau yang polar yang polar nggak bisa lewat? Because usually the polar molecules got a consequence, which is they got a certain shape seperti ini. Kita lihat ya. Jadi biasanya yang polar itu ada bentuk tertentu sehingga mereka jadi lebih besar lah, jadi lebih besar, nggak bisa menyelinap masuk gitu. So the semi-permeable membrane prevented these sugar molecules to go to the left. Okay, so the one which can move from right to left or vice versa are only the small water, which is the small molecules. I mean, which are the water. Okay, water molecules. That's why, guys, at the end of the osmosis process, you can see here on the screen that the height of the surface of water on the right is higher than on the left, because there are more molecules here on the right compared to the left. But as this balanced state reached, the amount of water on the right is the same with the amount of the water on the left, actually. Okay. This is not really an easy thing to understand, I know, but I hope you can get what I'm trying to explain. Difusi adalah perpindahan partikel, molekul, zat dari tempat berkonsentrasi tinggi ke tempat berkonsentrasi rendah. Osmosis adalah difusi air. Dari definisi ini jelas bahwa kalau kita bicara tentang osmosis, maka kita akan melihat fokus ke air. Yang akan pindah siapa? Air. Kita nggak akan ngomongin gula, kita nggak akan ngomongin garam, kita nggak akan ngomongin partikel lain. Kita hanya akan ngomong soal air ketika bicara tentang osmosis. Oke, the movement of water. Oke, dan tadi definisinya osmosis adalah difusi air. Berarti yang berpindah adalah air melalui membran semi-permeable. Melalui membran ini. Membran semi-permeable. FYI, for your information. The cell membranes of ours, membran dari sel, ya, pembungkus sel itu semua sifatnya semi-permeable. Semuanya sifatnya semi-permeable. Sehingga kalau ada perpindahan cairan dari sel keluar sel atau dari luar ke dalam sel atau dari sel ke sel, itu namanya osmosis. Itu namanya osmosis, oke? Nah, itu sekali lagi definisi dari osmosis, perpindahan atau difusi air melalui membran semi-permeable. Dan sampai kapankah proses difusi atau osmosis terjadi? Sampai terjadi keseimbangan konsentrasi. Begitu konsentrasi seimbang, as you can see here, my spotlight for everyone. Stop sharing. Ini udah nyebar semua, guys. This has already been perfectly distributed. Okay, so this is the state at which the diffusion stop taking place, like that. I guess that's it. So remember, your assignment would be to write a short writing which explain things mentioned in Google Classroom classwork, which is definisi difusi apa, definisi osmosis itu apa, kemudian contohnya masing-masing apa, oke? Lalu apa yang bisa, lalu percobaan yang bisa kamu lakukan untuk menguji baik difusi maupun osmosis. Yang difusi udah saya tunjukin barusan, oke? I showed you about experiment. I showed you the experiment studying diffusion here, okay? But about osmosis, try to find out. Simple experiment you can do to study osmosis. Guys, any question? Any question?
No.
Any question?
No.
You want to ask questions, Stephanie?
I said no.
Oh, okay. Okay, Stephanie. Why did you come late?
I wasn't checking.
Oh, don't do that again later, okay? Teresa asked, jadi kayak kita buat laporan, no, guys. Please try to keep this simple enough. It's just a writing. Like the title, for example, diffusion and osmosis. And then in the first paragraph, diffusion is blah, blah, blah. And then second paragraph, osmosis is blah, blah, blah. Maybe third paragraph, or maybe still in the first paragraph, diffusion is diffusion is blah, blah, blah. Example of diffusion in our daily life is blah, blah, blah. Second paragraph, osmosis is blah, blah, blah. Example of osmosis in our daily life is blah, blah, blah. Okay. This is the third paragraph. The simple experiment we can do to study about diffusion is, and then you can use bullet, okay? You can use a number, and then you write down what I did just now. Prepare a graph paper, Petri dish, food coloring, water bottle for spraying, yeah, something like that. And then do this and that and this and that, something like that. Just make it a simple writing, Miss Teresa. Answered? Okay, anybody else want to ask question? Go ahead. The deadline will be in a week. Okay, you got a week for finishing this. Next week we are still have school day until maybe Tuesday, because starting Wednesday we are having a Idul Fitri holiday. Okay, until the end of the week next week. Any more question? Any more question? If there is no more question, then it's, oh, Mr. Are we learning physics or chemistry now? Actually, talking about the today's topic, diffusion and osmosis. We are like overlapping with physics, right? We are talking about we are also talking about chemistry, both, yeah. But mainly when we talk about concentration, we talk about chemistry actually, yeah. Chemistry. So you can call this a biochemistry. You can call this a basic fundamental biochemistry, yeah. Even though we don't really use fancy chemicals, yeah, just food coloring, which is, yeah, simple thing. Yeah, let's say this is biochemistry, even though the movement of particles is physics, right? It's physics. Biophysics chemistry. I don't know how to say it. This is biology. This is biology actually. Okay. Hope the question answered, Mr. Jeremy. Anybody else want to ask question? Oh, I guess I think I set the chat only to me. Yeah. So maybe later I will open the chat so that everyone can talk to everyone. Anybody else want to ask question? If there is really no further question, thank you for accompanying me understanding these two terms, diffusion and osmosis. Thank you for accompanying me testing the feature of live streaming our Zoom meeting to social media, in this case YouTube. Yeah, I thought of doing the live streaming to Facebook, but I think Facebook is for old people. Yeah, I mean, how many of you got Facebook? I don't think there are many of you got Facebook account.
I
Yeah.
have Facebook, but it's only for my Spotify.
See, okay, and I guess not many of you got Facebook account. Yeah, it's like it is. What is that stereotype for old people? Older, no, not old, but older people. So I guess YouTube is the best option I have. So thank you again, guys, for coming today into this Zoom meeting. Thank you for participation. And please, in the future, you got question. If you don't understand things, please never hesitate to ask questions. That's important. I'll be waiting for your report on the project. The deadline will be today. And if there is something you have to fix or correct, then I'll communicate with you through the Google Classroom. Guess that's it. That's all for today, guys. God bless you all. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay happy. You may leave.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, guys.